Hello and welcome. This is my July book sharing, and I've got 5 things to show you. I'll start with these two, one at a time. These are more kind of watercolor books. The others are slightly different. So let's start with this one, which is the watercolor techniques for artists and illustrators. And it says, discover how to paint landscapes, people, still lifes, and more. Develop your own style, guided by professionals. This one says £20 on the back. I got this from Amazon. I think I paid £20, but anyway, as always, I will put links below to everything that I'm sharing with you. I just think that this one is packed full of all the techniques that you could possibly want to know about if you love watercolor like I do. So we've got a section on the basics. We've got a section for beginner techniques, then intermediate, then advanced, and then it goes by subject. So we've got landscapes and townscapes, patterns, still lifes and flowers, portraits, figures, and animals. That of itself is rather lovely. So just to give you a little idea, I will flick through some of the pages. There are some lovely illustrations in here, but I think its appeal, if you like, is that it does talk about all the different techniques that you can try out. And mop brush. Okay, I was wondering what that was called when I pulled one of mine out. What are they calling this one? Sword liner. Rather than a dagger. But yes, so not just paint. We've also got really good information on pencils and pens, and then graphite and clutch pencils, that kind of thing. It talks about using our observational skills. We've got a bit on perspective and composition, which is rather nice. I've got my little viewfinder that I should be using. I need to use more. That's in my Sendak for when I'm out and about. Look, we've even got a little bit on measuring figures, and here we've got the 7 heads, as they call it, the size of an adult. Sketching and planning. We've got a bit on colour theory, the different properties of colour, colour mixing even, and it's still colour mixing, choosing a palette, which is always interesting. I love to know how other people choose their palette of colours and why. Your painting setup, whether it's indoors or whether it's outdoors, and then different ways to display your paintings, and then it moves on to the techniques. So broken down into the 3 beginner, intermediate, and advanced techniques. So we've got wet on dry, wet in wet. I mean, you can follow these as well. So this one is a, how to put it into practice. So it breaks it down into the various stages. We've got dry brush techniques, layering your paints. That just looks so lovely. Alla prima, that's painting everything in one session. And then it's showcase painting. So we've got tone, we've got using run backs, we've got a flat wash, graduated wash, variegated wash, line and wash. I mean, this has got just about every technique that you would ever want to know. Straight edges, lifting out, using a sponge, correcting mistakes even, granulated wash, separated wash. I mean, some of these things I didn't even know the names of. Softening the edges of your paint. And as I said, there are some little projects that you can follow. One of my favourite things, splattering and spattering. Using masking fluid. That one never works terribly well for me. So I'm going to have a good read of that and see if I'm doing something slightly wrong. Wax resist. I quite like doing that every now and again. Highlights, creating dramatic light effects. Then it moves on to repetition, balanced composition, and you can see this just keeps going. I won't do everything. You know, we've got waves. This is where we've got still water, abstracting the landscape, open landscapes, tree blossoms. So this is about choosing your subjects. So that's the subject section. Yeah, using salt and bleach, cling film. It has focal points, shadows and sunlight, just about everything that you would want to know that might help you move forward one little bit with your watercolor painting. So that is going to be a really useful book for me. Let's move on. So our next book is called Wildflower Watercolor, The Beginner's Guide to Painting Beautiful Florals by Sushma Hedge. I can't remember how much this one cost. It's got it in US dollars and Canadian dollars. So, but I will put the link below. So this one covers wild herbs, wildflowers, and then it looks at composition. Most of these books do always start with a little bit about the person that wrote the book, the supplies, the kinds of brushes and basic techniques that you might need to use. And then it kind of begins to look at the brush strokes, different brush strokes to get different shaped leaves. Dandelion leaf. I need to make mine a bit better. And then painting petals, different types of petals. And then we move on to the actual wild herbs. So we've got lavender, and you can see this is broken down step by step. What's this one? Ladies' bed straw. Isn't that pretty? So yeah, we've got our picture there, and then it's all broken down so that you can follow along. Cornflower. So it's the same for each one. Each one is broken down. Even gives you the color palette and the types of brushes that you might want to use. That's very pretty. I just thought that as I'm getting more into doing florals, I wanted to just maybe pick a few that become my kind of signature flower almost. So lots and lots of different flowers in here. Oh, chamomile. Wild violet. Indian paintbrush. That looks glorious. So many options. Valerian. Poppies. Foxgloves. I'm missing some pages. Forget-me-not. Goldenrod. Cowslip. Larkspur. Bush. What is that? Oh, bush vetch. Viper's Bugloss. Gosh, some of these I've never heard of. Asters, yes. So, yeah, if you are into your flowers and you want to practice all these different types of flowers, then I think this is a good book to have on your bookshelf. Moving on, I've got the first of two books that I've had for quite some time. This is The Lost Spells. It's written by Robert Macfarlane, and the illustrations are by Jackie Morris. Now, I love Jackie Morris's illustrations. This little book is like a poetry book, basically. The Lost Spells. It says, this is a book of spells to be spoken aloud. It tells its stories and sings its songs in paint and word. So there are some lovely illustrations, and then each one is based on a particular topic. So this one is all about the red fox. There he is. And then you've got the lovely little kind of poem or the lost spell that goes with him. And there he is going off the page as we move on to the moth. And so, yes, these, if you're quite like the illustrations of Jackie Morris and the very clever poetic writing of Robert Macfarlane, then I think that you will love this book. It's very beautiful. This one is also available on Audible, so you might like to listen to this on Audible whilst you're painting, maybe whilst you're driving along, just as something calm to listen to if you're struggling to get to sleep. I'm just flicking through various, pages here, but yeah, they are rather lovely little poems and illustrations to go with them. So yeah, as a book, or even through Audible, if you're wanting something really calming and lovely to listen to. Yeah, it says, this is a book of spells to be spoken aloud. Here you will find conjurings and charms, spells that protect and spells that protest, tongue twisters, blessings, lullabies, and psalms. Lovely book, The Lost Spells. One of my most favourite books, I can't remember whether I've shown this before or not, is called Mindfulness, 25 Ways to Live in the Moment Through Art. And it's by Christophe André. And it basically contains 25 lessons in mindfulness, ranging from the basics of the use of the breath, the body, and the awareness of the moment, to even deeper meditations, teaching you how to deal with stress, stabilize your emotions, and develop peace of mind and heart. As art helps to free us from words, each chapter includes a painting. By reflecting on them with the author's guidance, we can learn how to live fully in the present moment and reap all the rewards of doing so. It's a beautiful and unique book, basically. So if I turn to the first page, you will see here is our painting, but this is all about how to maybe look at that painting and learn to begin to be mindful. So becoming aware, an attitude of mind, live in the present moment. And we've got this picture of The Magpie by Claude Monet. and there will be a bigger picture in a little bit. And that he even shows you parts of the painting as well. So yeah, it's truly lovely to learn about being mindful whilst also having those lovely pictures. Lesson 1 is living means living in the present moment. We can't live in the past or future. They are times we can only think and speculate about, churning over our regrets, hopes and fears. Whilst we're doing that, we don't exist. Being regularly present to the riches in the moments that make up our lives means living more. Of course, we all know this. We have read it and heard it said. We've even thought it. But all that is just talk. Now is the time to do it for real. There is no substitute for experiencing the present moment. So this one is about closing your eyes and just listening to the sounds. And this lovely picture, another one by Claude Monet, Train in the Countryside. If I bring this up, you can just about see the billowing smoke, and you can imagine the sound of a steam train in the background, and you can maybe imagine the sound of these people and this child enjoying themselves. It's a truly lovely book that helps you to get to learn to be mindful. So this one is Be Simply Present, and we've got the penitent Magdalene, known as Magdalene Wrightsman, and this is Georges de la Tour. And you can see the reflection of the candle in the mirror there, and her gaze. And I think there's one a bit later on, yeah, of just the candles, but look what's on her lap. Yeah, if we're present, had we noticed that? And maybe the necklace on the side there. But anyway, I won't go into it too much, but the pictures in here are wonderful. And yet again, there's the you can get this on Audible, so that you can also be listening and start to learn those 25 lessons basically. So I think that is another lovely book. Finally today I got this Happy Planner. It's by Creative Ingrid, or Ingrid Sanchez. I think she does have a YouTube channel. It does tell you a little bit about her. She's Mexican British artist based in London. Her watercolor designs feature dynamic brushstrokes and colorful floral compositions. Her work became rapidly popular on social media, garnering the attention of potential clients and students. Ingrid has collaborated with a wide range of companies to develop products and campaigns, and she also has developed workshops as well. So I've bought this because I needed a new diary. I'm guessing I've got to get this bit off, haven't I? How does this bit come off? Oh, I see. There we go. I just need to remove that bit there. And it gives you a little bit about the layout of this. It's a diary, basically. This is gloriously plasticky shiny. It's your year to shine. Oh, and we've got another. Let me just pull that off. So this diary goes from July to the end of June next year. It's what they call like a school year diary, if you like. Look at that. Oh, isn't it lovely? This planner belongs to... Oh, I can't wait to fill this in. So you can see it starts at July and it goes through to June 2025. And you've got these lovely dividing sections, and they have all... Let me just look at these beautiful dividers. Let's just have a quick look at them. Whoa. November. I mean, I'll be, you know, keeping these dividers, I think, because they're just so stunning. January, February. Oh, look at March. Ooh. April. There's May. And there's June. So, let's just move them over again. So let's go to our one for July, which I will be filling in. So you've actually got like a little square for each of the days in July on there. Then you've got like a bigger space that goes all the way down the page, but broken up into sort of morning, afternoon and evening for each day. I think that's... And then if you're wanting to just plan ahead a little bit, you've got some priorities for August and some space for some notes before you actually get into August. I love... Look at the ring binder. Isn't that so pretty? Yes, this is quite glorious, and apparently you can scan here to learn more. So yeah, probably don't need all these on the front, but this, I mean, it just feels luxurious and it's so pretty. Plan a happy life. Yeah, so for those of you that do like your diaries, maybe this happy planner by Creative Ingrid is something that you might like to invest in. So there we go. I will put all the links to everything below. Just a few books for July. And as always, stay safe, stay healthy, stay calm, and thank you for watching. Until next time.